We're back on gaming, and I put it like this. I am not in the mood today. I'm really not. But before we get started, after seeing this news, yeah. But before we get started, I want to say that tomorrow, on Wednesday, I will be streaming for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia between 5 and 7 p.m., a 2-hour block again. And tomorrow's game will be King of Fighters 13. We have a number of fighters, good fighters, quality fighters already lined up, so this should be a hell of a stream. And like I said, all proceeds go to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, all right? Now, let's move on, because you know how we are going to start this. You know, all right? Gaming, EA, and their bullshit. All right, let's get started. First off, Peter Moore, for those who do not know, and y'all have to say I have the computer right here, you can't see it, came out and said that we're almost in the golden age of gaming. Really? Because last I checked, the golden age of gaming ended, and I'm going to go as far as to say the PS2, Xbox, the original Xbox era. That's how I see that. That was the golden age of gaming. Between the 80s up till then was the golden age of gaming. Don't sit here and tell me that we're almost there. No, it's the golden age of milking. We know that. Because publishers are making more money now than ever. It's the golden age of trying to get all these people to be on your side, and these fanboys, so they don't understand that you're blindsiding them. Yeah, that's okay. It's the golden age of spying. We know that. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, okay? But also, Peter Moore says that gamers don't like change. That's what he says. We hate change. Okay, Peter Moore, let me get this straight. If we hate change, then why have we seen a constant growing market between the 80s up to now, if we hate change? If we hate change, we can stop at the PS2 era. And we can see in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era that majority of popular games, when it came to the public at large, were what? First-person shooters. It wasn't like that back in the day, all right? That's a shift in the market. That is change that other people embrace. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Call of Duty, okay? But understand that there was a major shift, all right? Same thing with Guitar Hero or Rock Band. There was a shift. There was a market for it. It was big. Dance Dance Revolution. It was big. A change. Let's get something straight here, all right? Because when we're talking about first-person shooters and changing in the market, all right, without Wolfenstein, without Doom, without, Counter-Strike showing how you can do competitive, without Unreal Tournament showing how you can do third-person competitive, there wouldn't be a Call of Duty online, all these Call of Duty online games. There wouldn't be your Battlefield. There wouldn't be your Medal of Honor. Change. Don't get on me with this. Seriously, don't get me started. It's a shame that people are going to sit here and listen to Peter Moore and think that's okay. And in the interview, of course, they're just interviewing him, just asking him questions, but they're not combating him. Nobody seems to want to combat this. Nobody, for some reason, in this industry wants to ask the hard questions. We see this time and time again. Why is that? I don't understand. But let's keep going. Because, change. People don't like change. Guess what? If you don't remember, Genes in Space. Those who don't remember, it's a game where you can help fight cancer. You can help fight cancer and play at the same, and play and have fun at the same time while fighting cancer. Change. The way things have been built these days when it comes to certain games, because there are innovators out there, Peter Moore. You wouldn't know that because you don't like innovation. EA doesn't like innovation. They don't even like competition. That's why they buy everyone out. All right. But there are people who are using games to change the landscape to help people. The Kinect, even though people don't like the Kinect gaming-wise, I've shown you the videos. The Kinect actually help people in surgery. They help people be able to, help the visually impaired be able to see. These things work. That is true change. But it seems like you're only worried about market and money and gamers complaining. You don't like to hear that because it's the truth. Let's keep going, though. But you want to talk about change. EA is caught spying on users through Origins again, and now there's an investigation in place. Now, I told y'all this a couple years ago. I said that they were doing this. They were looking through your tax information and things of that nature. And people was like, oh, well, we don't know how far this go. And remember that one idiot in my Fight Night video was like, he tried to challenge me and was like, oh, well, I told you, I don't use Origins because of all the spying that they're doing. And I know a lot of people say, well, if you use computers and stuff like that, they're spying in general. That doesn't matter. EA does not need to know your damn tax information. They don't. But he was like, well, it's not a big deal that EA uses it. EA has the best servers. Really? EA has the best servers. Okay. I'm just going to... We're not even going to go there, all right? Because we already know that's just stupidity, all right? I want to move on. Riot. That's right. Riot has deactivated skin character codes and tries to cut off third-party publishers and third-party retailers. And this is for League of Legends, all right? So they're going to deactivate skin character codes because so no one can use them. I will put it like this. They are mad that people are making money off of rare skin character codes. Some of them $1,000. Well, how about this, Riot? Okay? Don't make them rare. How about that? Make it available to everyone. But the fact that you're losing money because no one's coming to you to buy the stuff, they're going to other retailers, and now you're mad. So since you're mad that you're not making any money, by all means, take it away from everyone, right? That's how this works? Seriously, Riot? This is how you want to do business, huh? Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. See, these companies, they're not fooling anybody. And it's sad that this is what we see, you know? If this is about the games, if this is about the consumers, if this is about having fun, and I'm not just talking about, they got to make money, and oh, trust me, they're making money. League of Legends is making money. We know this. So that's not an excuse. But they just want to take stuff away. Now, I want to get a little bit positive for a minute before I go right back to a huge U-turn on negative, okay? EVO, that's right, 2014, Justin Wong won entire EVO with a PS1 controller. That's right, PS1 controller. Now look, I like fighting sticks as much as anyone else. People are accustomed to certain things, but the fact that this guy walked in here and won EVO with a PS1 controller should tell you something. It's just about hard work, dedication, and knowing what's comfortable for you. But for all you fighting stick guys, I'm a fighting stick guy too, but this is what I mean. You spend hundreds of dollars on a damn fighting stick. This guy just won EVO with a PS1 controller. Companies, it's time for you to come down on those prices. It really is. Especially after looking at all the, how much it costs to actually make these things in bulk. Yeah, come down on those prices. We talked about this before, though. It's time to come down on the prices. I don't know why people haven't pushed for it more, but whatever. Now, I do want to talk more about EVO, all right? Because something pretty disgusting, sickening happened at EVO. It really not only pissed me off, but it pissed a number of people off at EVO as well. And we're talking about this t-shirt on the left. To be professional, asshole. Yeah, good job, for making the community look bad. And here's the thing, all right? Because on the stream, as some of you have reported to me, the people on the stream, the commentators, when they saw this, they got upset. They were saying, how does somebody get this far into EVO, into the convention, onto the stage without anyone telling them about this? Why didn't they say, hey, look, this is inappropriate. You have to take off your shirt or turn it, flip it around or whatever, because you're going to be pretty much for the world to see, on stream, around the world on the internet. Don't make yourself look like a fool. EVO, when they do these competitions, it is a business, and they have an image to protect. You have to understand this. Obviously, someone missed this one. Someone dropped the ball big on this one, and it makes the entire community, not just EVO, the fighting community in general, look bad because these things happen. Now, I want to talk about this because over the weekend I've been seeing a number of people try to defend this and saying, oh, it was funny, or he was just trying to get attention. Yeah, that's what we need, a bunch of attention whores. Yeah, that's what we need. You're just overreacting. Really. When people, and this is esports, so if we're trying to become professional, do you think that they would show that on an NFL broadcast? No. Do you think they showed on NBA broadcast? No. Hockey broadcast? No. NHL? No. No. Olympics? No. They wouldn't show these things on the broadcast. Why? Because they have an image to protect. You understand that? So, esports, if you want to be considered, sports and be taken seriously, you have to act accordingly. And when I say you have to act accordingly, then people jump all over me. And this is the number one thing I have to ignore. I'm getting real tired of hearing this for the previous couple of years. You've been playing this card over and over. Well, it's an isolated incident. It's only one person. That's not how the community, all of us, feels. Look, you have to understand that these type of things, it's not just an isolated incident. This happens constantly. And I'm not just saying this guy, what he's doing. I'm saying between the pop-offs, the fights, the collusion, all right? This, you have to understand that, no, this is a growing problem that is not being taken care of. And it makes your community look bad. Hence the word community, because we are in a group. We police each other. That's what it is. When someone messes up, you get on them about it. Instead, you got people saying, oh, we're just going to ignore that. No, you don't ignore it. And I put it like this for people saying overreacting. Why did people, unreported, the stream chat in that EVO? Because like I said, those guys on the commentary, they were mad. Okay? And then we saw, the stream say, stay classy, EVO, stay classy. And that was the thing. A lot of people were upset because a lot of people are against this. But as soon as somebody speaks out, then, oh, you're just overreacting, or oh, you're just crying. No, how about you take care of it? Instead of getting in groups and jumping on people about it, why don't you say, hey, look, we're going to eat this one, we're going to take care of it. We still see people who fight in the middle of competitions, all right? Still allowed to go. Nothing is being done. But you want to evolve. You can't evolve if you don't get rid of the trash that's holding you down. That's how it works. But it seems like people don't want to understand that. They'll think that, oh, I just want to get my game and I just want to play and that's going to be the end of it. No. We are talking about a community that is trying to get bigger, to be well known. And, as we all know, because if you ask I'm telling you now, if you ask any other gaming genre, their community, and you bring the FGC, first thing they say is, fuck the FGC. That's the first thing they say because of the immature, the immature acting. And I'll put it like this. It shouldn't be that way. But that's the stigma that comes with it now. Because you keep letting these guys through the damn gate. And saying, hey, it's okay. It's only an isolated incident for this tournament. And then the next tournament happens again somewhere. And then another tournament. And then another tournament. And it snowballs. And then you keep ignoring it. Why? But when I say that, I'm wrong. I'm sure there's going to be people coming in here calling me a bunch of names too. Just prove me right. That's all you got to do, prove me right. Alright? I'm real tired of hearing it's an isolated incident or it's just these people. If it's just these people, then why haven't they been taken care of yet? Because no one cares, right? Because everyone just wants to play their game. Should we talk about online acting? Should we talk about how salty people get when you beat them? Sending you messages and carrying on? Like I said, this is something that needs to be taken care of. And I'm really disappointed to see that EVO, the people at EVO, did not do anything about this. You know what I mean? If there was a statement released saying, hey, we didn't see that or whatever, we apologize, by all means, please send it to me. I have not seen anything, okay? So I can address the situation further. But it seems like that's not happening. People just said, this guy is ignorant, and they did say that. Majority of community said that. So all you little clowns that are sitting around saying, this was funny, I still want you to explain to me how this is funny. How is it? It perpetuates stereotype. But we're not going to talk about that, right? Should we talk about sexism? No, we talk about that, right? Nah, that's what I thought. And we talk about the outright immaturity. We talked about this on Preon stream not too long ago. I mean, there was guys, even in the Smash, you know what I mean? Their screen names, trolling ass screen names. I'm Jesus. Another dude was named Stud Muffin. Like, are you serious? Stop. Come on. This is what I'm talking about. Now, of course, the best thing about this, when this guy wore this shirt, he got his ass handed to him afterwards. 3-0 matchups. He was going, sent his back packing. That's the best thing that happened. But it's sad. But we got more news for you. Alright? Street Fighter 4's Edition Select. That's right. We'll be going online. Now, here's the thing. You will not be able to play ranked matches with it, which is, I'm okay with. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people are okay with that. What I do worry about is the gambling aspect with gamers in general. Just even with character select, even off of Capcom, doing that. We've seen so much pot splitting and gambling, on the side. Something tells me this is going to be just another thing. It's almost as bad as idiots who justify that guy wearing that shirt. Because idiots will act like, will pretty much act idiotic, and people who are ignorant enough will support it. That's what it comes down to. But, I'm going to keep going. Capcom is playing the next Street Fighter, and they will announce something soon. It's funny because in an interview, Ono even jokes about the Ultra part, alright? But let's get something straight here, okay? With Street Fighter. Remember when Capcom said they didn't have any money? And remember when people came to their defense and was like, they don't have any money, we need to know. And then people were like, okay, well, they should get bought out. And I was like, wait a minute, Capcom has money. They're lying to you. And then I started showing you all this stuff. Capcom bought a new R&D department. They're having a big building that they just put billions, it was $1 million, millions and billions of dollars in. And all of a sudden, it was, well, we still don't have any money. And then people were like, but they're not going to make the game. They need to. And what did I say? Calm down. They're going to make the game. They have to. It's their cash cow. And what happened? Now they're getting ready to announce another Street Fighter. Do you believe it now? But I'm sure you'll go and run and buy that, though, right? After they've lied to you. I just don't understand gaming anymore. Or no, it's not gaming. Because companies are going to be shrewd these days. I don't understand the mentality of gamers. And I don't want to say it's all gamers. But the ones that believe in this. Are you really that stupid? But I'm sure I'll get flack for saying that too. Really. Like, the proof is there. We've shown you the articles. We've shown you the pictures of what the hell they're doing. You see all the double talk, and you still support it. Why? And then that's when people will come up and say, well, they need that crack. And then you say, don't compare me to a crackhead. What are they supposed to compare you to then? And don't just say a consumer who just likes the product. Don't say that. For all the bugs and all the fixes they needed. Seriously, how far are you willing to go to let the company slide? Because you should know how this goes. And you give them an inch, they take a mile. And right now, Capcom for the previous 3-4 years, it took about 20 miles. But you're going to keep supporting it. You're still going to get those big names at those tournaments to support it. Daigo said he hated Ultra Street Fighter 4, thought it was shit. Still went there and played. Just for appearances. I don't understand this. When are these companies going to be called on it? And when are these gamers going to start acting like a community? That's what I'm wondering. And when I'm asking these questions, apparently they're too hard to answer because then people get mad at me. I don't get it. Speaking of more fighting games, Tekken 7. That's right. As we know, it's been announced. And they will be using the Unreal 4 engine. However, Epic is so happy about this. Of course they're happy about it. It's their engine. I don't understand what was the point of that. But that's how stupid it is. You know what I mean? That they would get so happy about it. I want to move on, alright? Mario Kart 8. We're going to talk about this because a person wrote an article about this. About there has to be a better way to counter the blue shell in Mario Kart 8. Now, look, for people who watched my stream last week on Mario Kart 8, first off, I want to apologize to you because the stream, I was going to put up the stream in parts on YouTube for over the weekend. However, Hitbox, it didn't record for some reason. Now, Prion had, I talked with Prion about this since he uses Hitbox a lot, and he said that, they were having problems the night before. And it only streamed it showed. He actually had to go to Twitch to use it because Hitbox was really messing up. And he said, so it's possible that the way I set it up in my settings, that it went back to a default and a reset. So I'll have to say that's more likely my fault for not checking before doing the stream. And even in the live recording, the local recording, it only recorded 7 minutes of it out of a 2-hour stream. So I couldn't even put that up. You know what I mean? So I want to apologize for those who did not, get a chance to see the Mario Kart 8 stream. I may have to do it again. I don't have a problem doing Mario Kart 8 again. By all means, anytime. Like I said, it's all for charity anyway. But it's just sad that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to do. And for those who watched, there was a lot of you who watched. You said that you had a great time watching, and it was really funny. You had a lot of jokes and everything. So we had a really good time last week. So hopefully we can repeat that again. But Mario Kart 8. I know this guy is mad about blue shell. We all hate the blue shell. For those who did not see, like I said, didn't see the stream, don't let friends blue shell and drive. Friends don't let friends do it. Okay, they just don't. All right. Now, I will say this. He's complaining about how there's no way of getting around the blue shell. And you should know when to expect the blue shell. That's why people hate the blue shell, all right? It's not like Double Dash where you can, get away. But understand that there are, I won't say there are some. For those who didn't see the stream, there was a time where a blue shell and ink squid came, and in one instance, and when I had, my piranha plant, I went up in the air on the ramp, and when it hovered over top of me, piranha plant ate it. It was like, no problem, keep going, keep rolling. So there are certain things you can try and do, but more than likely, you're pretty much screwed when it comes to blue shell. You're either going to have to accept it or prepare for the worst. Pretty much prepare for the worst. That's my best advice. However, I think that the blue shell, as much as a lot of us complain about it, that's not the biggest problem with Mario Kart 8. All right? The biggest problem I've seen so far is fire hopping. And for those who do not know what fire hopping is, let's look at the video.
Hey guys, it's Abdallah here with another Mario Kart 8 Pro Tips tutorial. Today we are covering the concept of fire hopping. Now, it's a new term that has been coined for the concept of jumping up and down while you are in a red mini turbo or a mushroom boost in order to extend the boost and keep on going quickly. What I did in this tutorial over here is I made a course ghost not using the concept of fire hopping, and I'm actually racing against it just so I can show you what it is. Okay, ready for it? Here we go. So simply by hopping left and right on a straightaway, I'm able to catch up to that ghost. Let's watch it in slow motion. Pretty much, that's my red mini turbo over here, and now that there's a boost panel, I'm continuously holding onto this boost by being in mid-air and not touching the ground. The physics behind it is whenever you're in the air, you don't necessarily slow down, but when you're on the ground, you will slow down from your red mini turbo or your boost. Now, this can be done with any mushroom, any red mini turbo. As you can see right over here, I'm catching up, and I'm purposely taking wider lines just so I can show you, for demonstration purposes, how this actually can work to someone's advantage. Now, as you guys see, this is it's a game-breaking mechanic. I personally don't mind that it's in the game. I'm not sure if the developers have openly admitted to it being in there, but now that someone's figured it out, it adds another element to gameplay that a lot of people are kind of upset on the internet about. But as you can see over here with this second example, if you don't perfect the fire hopping, you're going to be all over the place, and it's not really going to work for you. So I definitely wanted to botch one run of it just so you can see that, although the concept's in the game, if there's not practice with it, you will mess it up and further hinder yourself from racing.
The sad part about that video is it's labeled pro tips. I'm sorry, but if something actually breaks your game, because it's pretty much cheating. It is. And in tournaments, people actually ban this type of stuff. I've looked online, and they absolutely outright banned it. So for it to be a pro tip, but it's banned, then it's not a pro tip. It actually hurts your game. It hurts your experience. There's no reason. You know what I mean? So please, by all means, don't fire hop. Don't cheat. I mean, seriously, it's a race. You shouldn't have to cheat to win. It's bad enough that people are, y'all saw the stream, a lot of you, how bad people try to run you off the road, and how bad people, they have no sense of just, they just fire weapons out of nowhere. They don't actually plan it out. They don't have any anticipation, nothing. So, like I said, you can still win a race legit. You don't need to fire hop. You don't. So, I want to move on. I want to talk about DMC. That's right. Now, for those who don't know, it's been rumored that Devil May Cry, that's right, the recent one, that's right, douchebag Dante, it's rumored that it's going to get a port to the next-gen systems. That's all it is. It's a port. But apparently, a lot of people are so upset over this. Now, I don't understand why, because it reignites, there's an article, it reignites the hatred towards the game. I don't understand why. It's only a port. That's all it is. You saw how bad it performed when it first came out over that year, and then afterwards. Ninja Theory has moved on already. They're like, look, we're making another game. Who cares? You know what I mean? The developers have moved on. It seems like the only people that really haven't moved on are the people who keep defending this crap. And then that pisses off the fans, and then the fans start fighting again. If this is what you have to do to keep your game alive, then your game is dead on arrival. But we knew it was going to be dead on arrival. So people can get mad at you. There's still people to this day that are pissed off at me over those videos, which I find kind of funny because I didn't even do a last video. You know what I mean? I could have really buried it, but I chose not to. I thought the damage was done. The developers hung themselves. Or should I say, Tamim hung himself. That's pretty much what it was. And Capcom tried to come in. Let them go ahead. Because remember, Capcom doesn't have any money, remember? But they're going to put this, they're going to HD it up and everything for the next-gen system. But they don't have money. Do you see how this is going to go? I forgot. No one really cares. I really don't care. I put it like this. Fans, don't worry about this. Even if it comes out, do you think a nice shiny upgrade is going to make the game any better? No, it's not. So don't worry about it. Now, I want to move on, because I want to talk about more esports. Esports! That's right. YouPorn, that's right, is considering sponsoring League of Legends, Dota, and Hearthstone. That's right, they're considering. Matter of fact, this is what they said on their Twitter. It's amazing how our community, and I shouldn't say our community, but our industry is just going to let anyone in these days, because anyone can make a game. And speaking of anyone can make a game, and whores, because we just talked about YouPorn, Kim Kardashian, that's right, her video game is stated to make, is possibly going to make, $200 million. $200 million in this community. Are you serious? Are you serious? Now, I'm still trying to figure out, what the hell has Kim Kardashian done that she deserves her own video game? I'm trying to figure this out. I guess maybe it's just something for me. Well, I'll never understand, I guess. But, also, Kanye West not too long ago had his own video game, where he was taking chains, gold chains, and throwing them on women to keep them at bay, and that pissed off a lot of people. Okay? Now Kim Kardashian's going to have her run. Does anyone understand how bad this is? I'm not just saying for our community, but towards children at all? I understand she has her own fragrances and all this. What is she known for? Other than having sex on camera, what is she known for? If that's the case, we might as well go and get a bunch of porn stars and let them have their own video game. At least they'd be better at it, right? I I don't understand this. But apparently this is going to happen. It just goes to show you, since video games has become so popular, that everyone's going to jump on the wagon. This is what I mean. Sometimes you got to close the gates and reevaluate who deserves to be in this, in this community. Matter of fact, let's start that now. Because, for those who don't know, the growing sickness of gamer entitlement. This is what, it's written as. However, it really should be called fanboy entitlement. For those who don't know, the article talks about Destiny. And they're talking about how, because Bungie is behind it, that Xbox fans felt as though they've been betrayed because it's on the PS4. Are you understanding? What? Are you serious? So, because Bungie has done Halo and all those, they automatically thought that Destiny should have been an Xbox exclusive, and they felt that they'd been betrayed. This is what happens, industry, when you create these fanboy wars, and now you have these companies who are like, hey, how do we deal with this? How do we handle this? You created a monster you don't know how to stop now. And then you're going to say, well, it's the gamer's fault. Look how immature they are, and it makes them look bad. Create this with no solutions. So now you have to deal with it. Is it betrayal, that they made Destiny, put Destiny on the PS4? No. It's not betrayal. It's a damn game. No one, they didn't stab you in the back. They didn't lie to you. They just said, look, we're going to make a game for PS4. That's all they did. But apparently, that was enough to anger a lot of people. Yeah, that's the sad part, all right? However, I want to talk about more douchebags, all right? And yes, I'm calling you Xbox fanboys douchebags because if you were real gamers, you will play games on whatever system. It does not matter. What's better, Xbox or PS4? I just leave Nintendo straight out the gate, or PC, but you got to be kidding me. It goes to show you how small-minded you are, that you've fallen into this, that you bought into the marketing. That's what this is. Gamers play games no matter where they're at, especially if they're good games. Okay? Now, like I said, more pathetic, douchebag. Injured wrestler wants people to buy him a PS4 in his Kickstarter crowdfunding, an injured wrestler, to help him get better. Yeah. Not because he needs it, not because it helps him with surgery or, anything. No, he just wants you to buy a PS4 because it makes him feel better. Now, a lot of people are saying that this may be a work, this may be, some type of joke, some troll. But when you make a crowdfunding campaign to buy a PS4, that's pretty pathetic. It goes to show you how sad you are. It goes to show you how desperate you are, not just for attention, but for money. And I'm going to talk about both of those right now. For those who don't know, some YouTubers think taking money from publishers is okay. It's okay. Now, we've seen a lot of YouTubers, we talked about this before, but apparently they did an interview with a number of them. And they were saying how, well, I do this for fun and I do it for free, but now I'm feeling as though, I need to be, what was the word they used? Not entitled. They didn't use that. They used the word, compensated. Compensated for something that you did for free, for something that you did for love. Now you feel you deserve to be compensated. So you're going to take a handout from the companies, from the publishers. All right? And you got to keep it quiet. That's lying. Flat out lying. And we know that. You're lying, not just saying to, to people in general, to the community, to the people, to your fan bases. Because this is based off of people who have pretty much 5,000 fans or more, 5,000 subs or more. Okay? You're lying to your fan bases. The people that trust your word. You're going to manipulate them so that you get money. Because you won't go out and get a real job. Like I said, when you're doing things like this, I said it before, whether it's a tip jar, whether you're taking handouts from a company, go outside on the corner, all right, and put a sign around your damn neck and tell me that you're not going to go dance for money. Go dance for it. Because that's what you want, right? That's what it's about, right? It's not about how much you love video games anymore. No. And I guarantee you, if they took your monetization away today on on Twitch, on YouTube, if they took all this away, majority of these people would leave. It doesn't matter though, right? Because apparently that's the way it is now. And when I kept trying to warn you, when I did that tip jar, when I said, this is going to get bad and people are going to abuse it and things, and people were like, we see what you mean, but I don't want to hear it, man. I'm not trying to hear it. There's no reason that you need to make money on here. I don't want to hear how hard some of these people, I don't want to hear it. I don't. You started this channel, right? You started your channel, I should say, because it's something you want to do, it's something you thought would be fun, it's something you thought would be a hobby, right? You started this channel because you wanted to reach out, because you felt you had something to say. All of a sudden, it comes down to, I wonder how much money I can get. And we've seen that as well, because as you know, we've seen a number of tube starts that just beg for money. You know, people want money before they even make a channel. I want to start my YouTube channel, but I need $5,000. Yes, $5,000. When you can just make the channel for free. This is what I'm talking about, man. Like I said, I understand where people feel as though, you know, some people are just talking heads. You know, they're just personas and they're just trying to get paid. I get that. But in no way in hell is it okay to lie to your fan base who trust you. There's no reason. There's no point of it. Unless you're really telling your fan base, hey, I don't need you. It's all for the money. This is what they call a sellout tactic. I don't care if it gets mad. Like I said, I'm sure there's going to be people mad at me already over this video, over what I've said already throughout this video. Because the same people who get mad at me for telling them, because you know they want the truth, but for telling them the truth of how I feel, the same people who get mad at me for doing videos, also the same people get mad at me for not doing videos. When's your next video coming? But you yelled at me in the last video. Yeah, but I want to know when your next one's coming. Why, so you can yell at me again? This is what you have to deal with on here. And this is why you just have to ignore certain things. But ignorance is one thing you don't ignore. And I'm talking to you, FGC. Or in YouTube in general. It's something you don't ignore. All links will be in the info bar. So it doesn't seem like I'm just making shit up. As usual. Links in the info bar. But I'm sure people will come in here and call me a bunch of names. And they'll say a bunch of crap that has nothing to do with anything. Or try to justify and think that they're just, you know, that it's cool to do. This is the immaturity of our gaming community. So when are we going to clean this up? Very professional, FGC. But esports, though.